Hey, it's Dr. Kim from DRKIMDERAMO.com. I'm redoing this anxiety broadcast because I found out the chat was turned off and I definitely want to hear from you. So I am basically giving people solutions because I work in a mind-body medicine practice. I'm an ER doctor, and literally everyone who comes in is in some form of anxiety. And when we're in fight or flight, like our system is so fired up, we literally can't heal. And when we're in that same, it's a brain pattern really, it's a neurologic firing pattern, we block our body's ability to heal itself. And we also create the very problems we're working so hard to reverse. So not only things like anxiety, depression, OCD, but also chronic fatigue syndrome, fibromyalgia, Hashimoto's, adrenal fatigue syndrome, and they're just like layers and layers and layers of these diagnoses that are like these new diagnoses in the last 10, 20 years, that as we've become this culture of anxiety, living in constant fight or flight, our bodies manifested all of these patterns. And they're patterns of what happens when we block our body's ability to heal. It's not that they're not diseases. They're certainly diagnostic diseases, but they are not things that are just happening to your body. Like, oh my God, I have fibromyalgia. No, what you have is a blockage in your energy system. There's a blockage to your body's ability to heal itself, to restore balance, to rejuvenate itself. Even things like sleep. You can actually restore decades of trauma in a night of really good deep sleep, but you can't do that if you're living in fight or flight and if you're constantly overwrought. So awesome. I did turn the chat on for this, so I definitely want to hear from people if you've been living in anxiety. Have you lived in anxiety? Have you had other health problems go along with it? And have you been told by a doctor that you have a complicated situation or that you need a gazillion medications, supplements, therapies, etc.? I had one client who's in my anxiety solution program who just took a picture of all the supplements she's on to keep her body healthy. And what she said was, I'm taking these over and over and over, but when they test me again, I'm needing more supplements. There's more things I need that they're finding, not less. Like my body isn't even getting better. And I had the same situation with a client yesterday who's had, pain, and she's aging really fast, so she's like weak, not getting strong. And she did see a doctor. They put her on all these medications. And she finally went to see a holistic doctor, a naturopath. And now she has like hundreds of dollars every few days that she's spending for supplements. I don't go to the doctor, but I'm pretty sure I'm dying, LOL. We're all dying. It's a matter of how well we're living. And my first pick isn't to go to a conventional doctor, because being a conventional doctor, I know when to use that. Like if your arm's fallen off, great, get yourself to a trauma center. If you're throwing up and you're dehydrated, go and get fluids. But if you're really looking, I have bouts of anxiety and endometriosis. Sorry, the chat fades really quickly. If there's something that's life-threatening, great. That's the reason I became an emergency medicine doctor. Conventional medicine is great for that, but for all these other things, it's not where you want to go to have that solution that's going to help your body heal and reverse disease. So yeah, endometriosis is directly linked to this fight or flight pattern. You cannot send adequate blood flow to the uterus, the endometrium. So refreshing to hear this. Thanks, girl in air. Love it. But yeah, your uterus will shut down. I've had women who no longer are menstruating that are like having this early menopause. And then they go to the conventional doctor and they'll say, oh, you have early menopause. That's not a diagnosis. That's not, for me, that wouldn't suffice. Why is my uterus not getting what it needs? What does my uterus need? What does my body need in order to have continued menstrual flow and hormonal balance? Because it's not just that you stop getting your period, but you also dip down on the hormones that keep you vitally alive and balanced. So anyone else have had experiences with health challenges, and you're probably living in this overwhelm / anxiety / I'm always so busy. It's kind of a delusion. So many people it's like we're in this, when we're in fight or flight, our brain tells us we are in survival, and it shuts out possibility. Like we can't see solutions right in front of us. So not only do we will create more chaos, but we block our ability to see the solutions that could help us unwind it and not have the problem anymore. So this is really what I've seen is people managing their health problems, managing their symptoms. And even though they go to, I'm going to a holistic doctor, they're still doing it allopathically. They're not getting to the root cause. So they're still trying to treat, what time is it in USA? Well, I'm in Mountain Time and it's 3 o'clock. But I've seen a lot of this lately where even like alternative or integrative medicine doctors are still managing symptoms. They're just doing it with supplements, or they're doing it with herbals, or they're doing it with enzymes, but they're not getting to the root cause of why is your body manifesting this imbalance to begin with. I have a new program that's starting soon called the Mind Body Solution for Anxiety. If you go to DRKIMDERAMO.MINDYOURBODY.com/freedom, you'll get information there. And if you want further information, I give free information all week long, DRKIMD.com. You could just go there and subscribe. And I want to hear about what's been going on for you. I take Sam E to help, and I use birth control to ease moods and anxiety. Oh, God bless you. So Reinvented, highly, highly suggest this particular online program because I can help. And then there was another comment, it just dissolved. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm reading them too slowly. But yeah, we can use supplements. And for a lot of the people that I work with privately, we'll get that like 90% handled. And then maybe there's like this 10% you got to do. Like, hey, take some vitamin D or probiotic. But that is nothing compared to what people are doing to try to manage this. Like a gazillion supplements and hormone replacement and using medication to reverse the chemical imbalance, but never really getting to the root cause of why is their body imbalanced? Why is it creating that imbalance? And what does their body need? Whenever there's a physical illness or emotional for that matter, it's either because your body's not getting something that it needs or it's getting too much of something that it doesn't need. And so with that guideline, you can kind of always look and you can ask your body. Your body has a consciousness. Your body will communicate with you. In fact, symptoms are your body's way of communicating with you. You don't want to just shut them down without really looking into what does your body need. I'm loving this. Thanks, girl in air. So it's really a new conversation. Like, how am I communicating with my body? How am I receiving my body? For a lot of the people I've worked with, the way they receive their body is, I got to take an Advil. I got to shut it off. I got to take an Ativan. I got to turn it off. Let me just shut my body down at all costs. Reinvented Co. You are talking to me. You know me well. Yeah, well, I would love to hear more from you because obviously I'm really passionate about this topic. And it's not just anxiety that fires up the fight or flight pattern. There are other triggers in the brain. Limiting beliefs, ideas, judgments, conclusions, they all shut us down. What? And what happens is we're not just living in fight or flight because we're in fear or that we're anxious or even aware of it. Usually it's subconscious. It's because of our limiting conclusions that we've made about ourselves. Maybe we've judged our body. I've heard a lot of people say, I hate my body, or I hate my thighs, or I hate my blah, 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 fill in the blank. Well, your body is listening. And I've seen the results of that. Instantaneously in the moment, you might not realize there's a negative effect, but repetitively, day after day after day, your body is breaking down. It is incredibly destructive. I could not handle anxiety and stress. I could not handle anxiety and stress of owning a store, the anxiety and stress of holding a store. So I closed it. Yeah. In fact, when we ran the Mind Body Solution for Anxiety the first time and we did it live, I had multiple people who told me I had to quit my job. I had to leave my work. I couldn't do my work anymore. And the thing that was interesting about it, they told me I was still living in constant anxiety. So my anxiety went from 9 out of 10 or it went down to a 7 out of 10. Not that they got out of anxiety. So we think that, oh, if we could just fix the problem, then I won't be anxious anymore. It's not true, because that mind will recreate the patterns. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, me too. So that your mind will recreate the patterns so that even though you're not in that job anymore, in that business anymore, or you leave a relationship or whatever, wherever you go, there you are. You bring those brain patterns with you, and it will literally just create more chaos and more problems in your life. So if you're kind of trying to fix the problem, but you're not at the, you're fixing the problem at the level of the problem, it won't work. because you'll just get into another toxic relationship or you'll find something else to stress about. That's what the mind does. What you need to do is resolve it by entering a higher level of consciousness. So that is what I am doing with the work. That's really what I'm intending to bring to the world, is that level of healing. So changing your breathing pattern. It is the quickest, fastest, most immediate way to get out of fight or flight, no matter what it's caused by. For a lot of the patients that I see individually, and I do it over Skype, we'll reverse this within a very short time, minutes. And what happens, let me just handle that. What happens is, even if you get like 25 different diagnoses, there's usually a core that is the same, a core challenge that's the same. Thanks, yes, breath work is quick. So what I learned is whenever we're stressed in any way, we're breathing shallow breaths into the chest. And what you want to do is change that. Just bring some calm to your body, relax your shoulders, and bring deeper, slow breaths into your belly. So imagine like a big red balloon, and as you inhale, it expands down around your pelvis even, not just the lower rib cage, but way down in your belly. And imagine you're sending your body a signal. So you don't have to try to breathe this way. Oh, I can't get my belly to relax. Just send the intention by visualizing this big red balloon. Relax your shoulders and take a deep breath out as you imagine this balloon expanding. And then exhale and imagine the balloon coming back in. That will send the message to your body. Oh my God, you used to live in Durango, that's crazy. We definitely need to talk. Counting helps. In for 4, out for 6. Yep, and I learned a really great breathing technique from Andrew Weil. You do a 7-11. You breathe in for 7, and you breathe out for 11. So just inhale, 6, 7, and exhale a little bit longer. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If you do 5, 7, 11 breaths, inhale for 7, exhale for the count of 11, you will turn off fight or flight. Now the main point is you want to get to the root cause of what keeps triggering you. And we had extraordinary results in the program when we ran the mind-body solution for anxiety. People got off anti-anxiety medication. They also got off antidepressant medications and medications for pain. People got their energy back. There were some people who had chronic fatigue syndrome. So it was a huge, huge relief to see this work and bring it out to the world. I learned to exhale first if you're having shortness of breath. Yeah, that's a really powerful thing because you want to empty out the lungs. A lot of times when we breathe shallow, you keep a reserve of air, stale air, in your lungs. And then you just use this little top of, so if you exhale, and then push out that last little bit, you release the air reserve, the stale air, and the next breath happens automatically. You really receive a huge, deep restorative breath. So you can find me on DRKIMD.com, and if you are interested in learning more about the mind-body solution for anxiety, go to DRKIMD.com/freedom. I put it up there. Or go over to my Facebook page, Dr. Kim Deramo, D-E-R-A-M-O. And I have all the information on there. I'd love to hear more from you. And yes, I'm 100%. I feel like I should be paying for this. Well, you're on. I am here for further support. And if you need specifics, we can go into that for sure. So, yeah, I'm super passionate about this. And I know there are a lot of people out there who, like my client the other day, are being told my situation's so complex. I need 25 supplements. I need this extensive regime. And the solution is actually more toxic sometimes than the problem. Now they're stressed out about all these supplements that they need to take and everything they need to do to correct it. Thank you for sharing. I agree with what you've said today. Thanks, Reinvented. So yeah, I'd love to hear from you. I'm going to be more active on Twitter because I found this Periscope thing and I love it. So definitely follow me in Periscope. And if you have specific questions, I'm available and I would love to hear from you. So breathe slowly and deeply. My 2 things I always tell people: if they're stressed, if they're sick, if they're in pain, relax your body, breathe slowly. Relax your body, breathe slowly. We sort of need a little go-to because when you're in fight or flight, you're not going to be able to think about what to do. Yeah, I love Periscope too. Relax your body, breathe slowly. Sending you my love, and it's Dr. Kim Deramo, Mind Body Medicine. I will see you soon. Bye.